You heard that before? Among storytellers, this is a song for storytellers. The words are E Jalia, Ala Leke Jalia Da. It's a call and response. So when I go E Jalia, Ala Leke Jalia Da, you go
Hey, Aliada.
Try it again. E Jalia, Ala Leke Jalia Da. I'ma tell a story. You want to hear a story? I'ma tell a story. Do you want to hear one now?
Yes.
Yeah, man? All
Yeah,
right.
man.
This is a story I want to tell. It is one that means a lot to me. Before we do that, I want to teach you one phrase. In Ghana, West Africa, there is a call and response saying, "Ago ame." It means attention, are you listening? When I say I go, you say ame. Ago?
Amen.
Ago?
Amen.
Now, however I give it to you, you give it back to me the same way. So if I go,
Amen.
the story goes like this. Well, before I do that, how many know there are 3 types of people? No matter where you go, no matter where you live, there are 3 types of people. And let me share them with you. And you figure out who you are. It'd probably be easy to figure out who your neighbor is, but you just try for yourself. Now, the first type of person, they are the cool people. Any cool people in the house? Now, cool people are like this. You know, you go up and say, "Hey, man, you want to go to the movies?" Cool people go, "Oh, no. I'm cool." It's like, you want ice cream. Now, you want to go get some ice cream?
No.
Ice cream? Maybe. I'm cool. You know, they're just real cool. You know, you tell them a joke and everybody's laughing and they go, why? Because they are
Cool.
Now, there's a second type of person. They're the type of people who love to ask questions. So if you turn around and say, "Hey, man, you want to go to the movies?" They go, "Movies? Movies? Want to go to the movies? I don't know. Should we go to the movie? What kind of movie we're going to see? We're going to see a comedy? We're going to see a there's a new movie. We're going to see an old movie. I don't know what time the movie starts. Should we go to the early movie or the late movie? What are we going to do? Are you going to movie? They're just those type of people. Now, if you turn around and say, "Hey, man, you want to go get some ice cream?" They go, "Ice cream? I don't know. I like ice cream. Should we get ice cream? What do I have to get ice cream? What if I get sugar? Do I have to get chocolate or vanilla? I wonder if I should get vanilla. What kind are you going to get? You going to get the chocolate? You going to get vanilla? What about yogurt? Can I get yogurt? What about a shake? Should I get a shake? Well, maybe I get 2 or 3 different kinds. What am I going to do?" You tell them a joke. They're the ones that go, "I don't understand. Why did chicken cross the road in the first place? Why didn't he just stay on his own side? I just don't get it. Whatever. Why you asking me? Why you?" And you're just like, man. That's that second type. Now there's a third type of person. They are the type of people who overdo everything. So if you say, "Hey, man, you want to go to the movies?" They go, "Movies? Yeah, I want to go to the movies. You know what? We can go to this movie, we can see this movie, and we can see this movie. And I know if we go at this time and this time, we can stay in the theater and not have to pay for another ticket. And we can go here and we can do this and we can do that." And they're just movie. You go, "Ice cream? Ice cream, I love ice cream. I'm going to get 3 scoops and I think I'm going to get a shake too. And well, I'm going to get some sprinkles on top and I'm going to get this." You just overdo everything. You tell them a joke. Everybody's laughing. They're the ones going, "Ah!" You're like, "Wait, that's not the punchline." They overdo everything. Now, the story I'm going to tell you is about 3 brothers. They are part of a family of people, or a tribe of people, a race of people called Tuaregs. In West Africa, they lived throughout the Sahara. Now, this was a time when time was very young, before time was even called time, before there were the times of GPS, before there was much of anything. And these brothers were on their camels, and they were traveling. And as they were traveling through the desert, the sun was beating down hot. The waves of the sand were shifting as the wind moved. Do you know there are no landmarks in the desert? Because the sand shifts and it moves. And when you see a dune today, tomorrow it could be a whole other place. But they traveled, and they traveled, and they traveled. And as they were traveling, as the sun was beating down, all of a sudden there was a sound that they heard, and the voice came from nowhere and said, "Stop." Did you hear a voice? I thought I heard a voice. So you heard a voice? Goes, I heard a voice. The voice said, stop. Should we stop? Should we keep going? What should we do? What? Man, be cool, said the first brother. It's just the wind. So they continued to travel. They traveled on a little further and a little further, and then they heard it again. Stop. Did you hear? Because what I heard, did you hear the voice say it? I heard it. Did you hear? Did you hear? What about you? Did you hear? Did you hear? I thought I heard the voice. The voice said, stop. Should we stop? Should we keep going? Should we stop? Man, be cool. It's just the wind. Well, the third brother said, man, I heard it. That voice, this said stop, and I'm stopping right now. Whoa, camel. And he stopped that camel, and he held right there. So all the brothers stopped. And the voice spoke again. Get off your camel. Should we get off our camels? You think we should get up? What should we do? Should we go? Think somebody's going to beat us up when we get off our camels? What should we do? Should we stay here? What should we do? Should we go? Should we stay? What? Man, be cool, said the second brother. It's just the wind. I heard the voice. The voice said stop. I stopped. It said get off the camel. I'm getting off. And the brother jumped off the camel. Well, the other two brothers had no choice but to get off their camel. And the voice spoke again. Go over the dune, for there is a river. You think there's really water over there? You think there's water over the dune? I mean, what do you think? Should we go? Should we check it out? Do you think we're going to think somebody's just waiting over there with a baseball bat to beat us up? What's going to go? I wonder what we should do. Should we stay? Should we go? What should we do? Man, be cool. I told you it's just the wind. And besides, we are in the desert. The very description of desert means that there is no
Water.
But the third brother says, the voice says, stop. I stopped. It said, get off. I'm getting off. It says, go over. I'm going over. So all three of the brothers went up over the sand dune. And guess what? There over the sand dune was a beautiful golden river of water. And the voice speaks again. And the voice says, go into the water and pick up pebbles. But don't just pick up. Well, the oldest brother, the cool brother, he went up into the water and he looked around and there were all these little shiny black rocks. So he bent down and picked up 3 little rocks and was like, man, I'm too cool to be carrying a bunch of rocks. But he took the 3 rocks and he put them in his pocket. You get some rocks? How many did you get? You think I should get some rocks? How many are you going to get? How many should I get some more? You going to get some more? Should I get some more? What do you think? What do you think? But the second brother goes in and he gets a big handful of rocks and puts in his pocket. You know the third brother? The one who does what? Overdoes everything. He goes in and he starts picking up rocks and picking up rocks and picking up rocks and he puts them inside of his pockets. His pockets on the side. He takes off his turban. He puts rocks in his turban. He has on a king's robe, so he reaches in and he puts them inside. He has so many rocks in him that he can hardly walk. I go.
Amen.
I go.
Amen.
He can hardly even walk. After they water their camels, they get back on those camels and get ready to leave, and the voice speaks again. This time the voice says, today you will be very happy, and today you will be very sad. It disappears with the wind. Well, the brothers continued to travel. All day long they traveled. The sun beating down, the sand shifting from side to side, the heat unbearable. By the end of the day, towards the end of the evening, they come to a small town. They get off their camels and they go to find something to drink. Well, the first brother says, man, I am too cool to be walking around with rocks. So he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out his rocks and he gets ready to throw them away. And when he opens up his hands, the rocks have turned to gold. Is that gold? Is your rocks turn to gold? You think my rocks are gold? Should I check my rocks? You think they're gold? You think? And the second brother reached into his pocket and he had a handful of gold. You remember the third brother? The one that overdoes everything? He was going, I'm rich, 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 I'm rich. Oh, he was so excited because he had gold coming out of everywhere. And they were laughing and they were high-fiving each other. And then all of a sudden, they became very sad. But they remembered what the voice had told them. Today, you will be very happy. And today, you will be very sad. See, they were happy because they all had what? Gold. But they were very sad because in the desert, there are no bananas. So there was no way to return back to the river. I tell you this because the river in this story is the river of knowledge. See, when you go by, the things you learn are just like rocks. You say to yourself, this is useless. Why do I want rocks? But one day, everything you learn will turn to gold. So I want to encourage you. Learn. Learn about your people. Learn about your culture. Learn about your community. Learn from your schools. Learn from your elders. Learn. But everything you learn will one day turn to gold.